All right, guys, before we get into this episode, I want to warn you guys. You are going to be hearing baby sounds. Don't worry, this is just the side effects of being a dad gamer. So don't get too scared. It's baby sounds, man. Just love the baby sounds. That's all I got to say.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
What's up, everybody? Luigi here, and I'm back with Dadcast Games, Episode 4. Today, I got a couple things I want to talk about. But before I do that, I want to introduce a special guest that's going to help me do this podcast today. It's my boy. His name's Ark. What's up, Ark?
What's up, everybody? I'm glad to be here with you guys. So let's get going.
All right, Ark. So since you're new to the podcast, if you tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What kind of games are you into? What kind of systems do you play on? Just so the people can know who you are and what kind of gamer you are. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. I guess one thing I could say about myself is I grew up playing. My first console was the GameCube. The GameCube. Very excited to have it. It was the first game I played was Super Monkey Ball. Not too sure if you heard of it.
Yes, I
I don't
have.
know.
I love that, dude. I
And
love
yeah,
that.
I also have I have a fiance now, and my son with me. I'm pretty sure you heard his lion roar, and my
Yeah.
daughter right now, she's sleeping. So 2 kids and a fiance.
Nice,
So
man.
I am a father with
Congrats.
kids. Thank you, and I'm also a gamer dad, a younger gamer dad. So um, see what else.
So you know the
Um,
struggles, man. You know the struggles about being a gamer dad and not having that time to play when you really want to, huh?
oh yeah, pretty much when I have the kids with me, taking care of them. When mom's at work, vice versa. When the kids are asleep, those are the time I take. To either sleep, watch movies, anime, or get into my gaming. So and then once they wake up, that's the timer. The timer's off. So yep, I know the struggle, man.
Yeah. So what kind of games are you
Um,
into? What are your favorite games to play?
favorite games to play is kind of feel like it's overrated, but it's Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Um, a solo campaign game that I've always enjoyed playing is not too sure if you heard of it. It's called Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Devil May
Um,
Cry, of course.
yes, that one, and then like co-op games I've always enjoyed playing was on the Xbox. It was Gears Gears of War, and recently this year and a little last year I got into Halo.
That's right. You've been playing some Halo with me, right? With my son.
Oh yes,
um. So okay, you said that it's overrated. All right. It doesn't matter, bro. Whatever you like playing, I'm not gonna judge you because video games are meant to play, to have fun, and you
right.
like what you like. So with that being said, what's your all-time favorite game? And you could say Call of Duty, so don't be shy if it is Call of Duty. I'm not gonna judge it. You already know my opinion on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I hate it. I think it sucks. But if
Mm.
that's your cup of tea, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you suck for liking that. You like what you like, and I'm gonna respect that opinion.
Well, if I could be totally honest with you, Call of Duty would be my. So I have two my favorite like all time game. So pretty much the first one, if it's offline, when there was no internet around or whatnot, it was always Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay, Smash Brothers.
Always Super Smash. Yep. Then ever since I got into introduced to like the online world, like Xbox Live, it's always been Call of Duty.
Yeah, for me it was Halo, I guess, because that's the game that I started playing online. That was my first online game, believe it or not. I got
Uh,
into it a little late.
Also you start off with Halo 2 or 3.
No, Halo 3, bro. Like, I never had an Xbox when Xbox was out. I got the
Hmm.
Xbox when, like, the Xbox 360 was already out.
I see.
Yeah, so,
I see.
like,
I
my
see.
first experience with online gaming was on the Xbox 360 with Xbox Live.
Oh, actually, so did I. But the first game I played on 360 was, it was very popular at the time. It was NW2. Well, Modern Warfare 2. It was 2008. Well, yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was the very popular game that I played on the Xbox 360.
Actually, I'm a liar. I'm lying. I did play like on the PlayStation 2. I would connect like my Ethernet cable to the PS2, but I
Mm-hmm.
never got into like really competitive. I used to play like Dance Dance Revolution online. I was pretty good at that game, and then I would play like the wrestling games against my friend Tito. Um, till this day, I hold the belt for the friend versus friend WWE championship matches. But yeah, no,
um,
I did play it like little things like that with my friend Tito and Dance Dance Revolution, but it wasn't as big as when I got into Xbox 360, Xbox Live gaming.
right. And if you don't mind me asking, on the WWE game, who did you play as?
I would always play as myself, my created character.
Oh, okay. So they had something like that
Yeah, yeah. So you
back
were
then.
able to create
Okay.
your character, but um, I know this is an unpopular opinion because of what the wrestler did, but I really like this character, this wrestler when he was alive. Right, it was Chris Benoit. Um, it was unfortunate what he did, but he was one of my favorite wrestlers. But other than that, I think my other favorite wrestler would have to be like Eddie Guerrero or like Triple H.
Uh, with the forgot what team or what little duo he had with was it Mark Henry?
Which one?
Um, I th- what we call it, the X Brothers?
Oh, DX.
Yeah, with Triple H.
Yeah,
That's
D
what you said,
Generation
right?
X. Yeah, yeah. It was with Shawn Michaels. Well, DX consisted of Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and then they added the Road Dog and Mr. Ass, and then X Pac.
Okay.
But yeah, um, anything else you want to add? You want the people to know about you?
I do want to say that I have been listening to Luigi's podcast recently, and it's uh very trying to find the right word, but very I guess touchy in the way. Was like, I understand like the struggle. I thought I was like the only one, like not having time to play, or having the right time to play. Because I love gaming. I grew up with it. From GameCube going to Xbox, and
Damn, bro, you
now
make me
having
feel
like all the
old.
platform.
You started off in
Yeah.
GameCube, bro. Mine was a Super Nintendo. That's like two generations. Oh, that's
So
cool. That's cool.
yeah, so it's very nice. Like I wish I would have grown up with I've always wanted to play on a Nintendo 64. Never had a chance. So the only time I get to play an N64 game is on the. I think I have Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, and then on the Switch I have um the Super Mario 64.
Did you buy the Mario All Stars for the Switch?
Yes, that's the one I was talking about.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, just it's very nice to be able to I guess have all the platform games,
Well,
if
do
that
you
makes
have
sense.
the Nintendo Switch Online Deluxe Edition or whatever the hell it's called? The one that lets you play the
Uh,
N64 games or no?
no, I don't have that version. I have the one that comes in with the membership. The I believe it's the no SNES.
Oh, the NES and SNES. Okay. You don't have the expensive one, right? You have the like the middle tier or whatever.
Yeah, it's like I pay the family pack. It's like $25
Yeah, yeah, that's the one I have too.
for the whole year.
I didn't renew for the N64 one, which it sucks because I don't know. I just want to have it, dude. I'm like I said before, I'm a sucker when it comes to Nintendo stuff.
Yes. I know you mentioned what was my all-time favorite game. Um, I guess the reason why I have all the platform gaming, not because I wanted them, but each of them had a certain game that I've always liked to play. So, like for example, the Nintendo, um, Super Smash Brothers.
See, guys, this is a
There.
struggle. These are the struggles we go through.
He loves to watch is actually one of my favorite games I play pretty much every day. It's Call of Duty.
Mm.
He sits down. He's like my little supporter. Getting me, at 30-0, 80 in the
I,
match.
I know your baby's little, but do you ever give him a controller? And I know controllers are expensive, and I know what babies do to controllers, but do you ever give him a controller?
No, actually, with my son, I just let him he likes playing with the Xbox logo that lights up, and
Oh,
then
okay.
also the uh the joystick.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
Yeah, so we got a couple of topics that we're going to talk about. I told you about one of them. Hopefully, you can stay for the other one that I want to talk about. So, first topic that we're going to hit upon is going to be the February 2023 game releases. The next topic that I want to talk about today is going to be what was it? Episode 3 of The Last of Us. Did you watch it yet?
Yes, I've watched episode 3 lately. I believe it was on Monday. I know it came on Sunday, but pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, we're going to get into that. But before we do that, I want to invite all of you guys that are listening to download any past episodes that we have. Share it with your friends and family. Any gamer dads out there that you know, anybody in general that loves gaming, share this podcast with them. It would help me out. Also, if you guys can give the podcast a rating, any rating, and give me some feedback. I do appreciate it. I like to read any feedback that I get. The last episode didn't get as much interaction as the previous episodes, but whatever I did get, I read the feedback that I got, and trust me, I'm working on it. Like I said in the last episode, I'm still working on finding my voice. It's not as easy as you think, man. I thought I was like I could do this, but it's very difficult to do this whole talking, just talking to yourself, and it's a hard thing to do. And don't forget, the podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and now on iHeartRadio. So if you're on any of those platforms, go ahead and download any episodes and listen to them and give them a share. I would appreciate it.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
All right, Ark. This next segment, we're going to be talking about the video games for February, bro. So this is what we're going to do. I'll go ahead and say the first 5 games, and then I'll let you say the next 5 games. And then we'll talk about, after we're done with the list, we'll talk about any of the games that we're interested in. So, first game that came out actually on February 2nd is Deliver Us Mars. It's going to be out on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. I haven't heard anything about that. Then we got Hogwarts Legacy on February 10th. This is going to be PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Then we got Blank for Switch and PC on February 14th. And then February 14th as well, we got Wanted Dead for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. And then Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line for PS4 and Switch on February 16th.
All right, for the next upcoming game on February 17, we got Tales of Symphony Remastered coming out on PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and the Switch. And also the next one with February 17 is Wild Hearts, PS5, Xbox Series, and the PC. Then we have Atomic Heart coming out on February 21, which is coming out on PlayStations, um, PS5 and PS4, both Xbox One and Series, and then PC. Then we also have another game releasing on that day, which is called Like a Dragon, Ishin, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. And then we have, can't pronounce it, but it's
Osmonius High.
there you go. And I'm not too sure what that is. That I'm not I don't recognize that platform. PSVR. Oh, PlayStation VR.
Yeah, the
More of an
VR2,
Xbox.
PSVR
Got you.
2. And
See,
that one's coming out
and
when?
on February 22nd. And oh, we also have three games coming out February 22nd. So that's the first one. The second one is Digimon World Next Order, which is coming out the Switch and PC. I was kind of hoping it would come out on Xbox. I've always been a Digimon fan when I was little.
Really, you like
And
Digimon? Dude, my
but
wife loves Digimon too.
no, you know what? My all-time favorite Digimon was Digimon Tamers. There you go.
Okay.
And they get to transform into them.
Yeah, funny thing is that I always tell my wife that Digimon is just a copy of Pokemon, but lamer, and she gets pissed at me.
That's crazy. And then okay, and then going on to the next game, we also have Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is also with uh the PlayStation VR too.
Okay. So
Let's
then
see.
we got three games coming out February 23rd. We got Blood Bowl 3 for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. So whenever we say Xbox Series, we're talking about both the X and the S. Just just a little clarification. Then that same day, Company of Heroes 3 for PC, and then Sons of the Forest for PC.
Okay, and then we have three upcoming games on February 24th. The first one is going to be Kerbal Space Program 2. I'm guessing it's early access for the PC. And then the next one is going to be Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, coming out on the Switch. And the next one is going to be the Octopath Traveler 2, coming out on PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC.
Okay.
And then,
Then February 28th, there's two games. These are the last games that are coming out this month. It's gonna be Destiny 2 Lightfall, the expansion for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. And then the last game, Scars Above, for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. So those are all the games. Any games you're interested in getting, let us know in the comments. I'd like to read about it. Some of the games that I'm interested in from this list. First one is going to be Octopath Traveler 2. Because I really enjoyed the first Octopath Traveler. I have that one on the Switch and Xbox. I don't know if you've played it, but it's a really cool 16-bit RPG game. It takes me back to like the Super Nintendo era RPGs. I know you're a lot younger than I am, but you know, those are the games that I grew up with. So I really love that art style.
so you
Then,
mentioned the Octopath, my bad. You mentioned the Octopath Traveler, right? The
mhm.
first one you played. So, guessing the keyword octo, like, I'm guessing it's an octopus, or what's the game about?
No, so it's pretty much an RPG. Um, it's like a bunch of different stories with different characters. So you can pick any different character to start off with, and then as you progress through the story, you pick up new characters. So you got like a thief, you got like the magic wielder, you got the guy that like does magic, then you got the person that like is like an expert in like weapons like axes and stuff. So there's a bunch of characters that you can pick to start off with, but you eventually get all of the characters that are available to pick in the beginning. You just start off your story with like whatever you want to be. Like if you want to be like the chick that does the magic, or you want to be the guy that's a thief, you see his story and it just progresses like that.
I see, I see. Looks interesting. Sounds interesting. I'll have to look into it.
To be honest, it's like a lot of replay value just because every time you start off a new game, yeah, you get to see their stories, but you get to see a little bit of their background before. you get to them. You know what I mean? Like there's so much to explore in that game. Like there's a lot to do.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So let's see. Next game that I'm interested in, and I get pissed off at myself because Nintendo always does this, bro. And my dumbass is always there giving them my money, right? Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So I didn't even know that this was coming out. But let me see, let me look it up. I'm assuming that it's just a game that already came out and it's just gonna be like the Switch version of it, you know?
Right.
Let's see. Let me see if there's
S-
anything on here. Yeah, so it looks like this Kirby's Dreamland Return to Dreamland came out for the Wii. Damn, it came out back in the Wii era? That's crazy.
So is it almost like a remaster, like with the Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, so you know how they always put the deluxe at the end? That means that it's just like a remake just for the new console.
I see, I see.
But yeah, no, my dumbass, I don't know. It's Nintendo, dude. Like, I hate to say it, but I've been a Nintendo fanboy for a long time, you know. But I'm starting to get mad at the crap they do, man.
Let's see.
And then
Kirby.
let me see. Here we go. Here we go. You said you like Digimon. I'm not really into Digimon, so I'm not. I don't think I'm interested in that. And I guess this
Oh
just the biggest
yes.
game coming out would be Hogwarts Legacy, only because I've been a very big Harry Potter fan for a long time. I kind of want to get into a little discussion about Hogwarts Legacy, but I'm gonna let you say the games that you're interested in playing from this list. So go for it whenever you're ready.
Um, there's only there's probably one or two games that I'm really interested into playing or giving a try, which is the last one you talked about, which is Hogwarts Legacy, and then the what's it called? Digimon World.
Oh,
Let's see
next
where is it?
order.
Yes. Those are the only two games actually looking forward to, like seeing gameplays or just listening to the reviews on how good it is. That's about it.
But you said that you don't have. Let's see, Digimon's only for Switch and PC. Oh, but you got a PC, so you might be able to play it on
Yeah.
PC, right?
Well, I pretty much have all the platform,
Oh, you
except
do
the
have the
Steam Deck.
Switch. Oh yeah, duh.
Yes.
You told me you played Pokemon. Duh.
Just going back and looking to the Hogwarts Legacy. So for the next gen pricing, like the PS5 or the Xbox, and I'm assuming the PC, they're gonna be going for 69.99, and for the generation back, which is the Xbox One and PS4, they're gonna be going off for 59.99. Oh, and
Wait,
also for the Switch as
no.
well.
Wait, I thought they weren't. I thought they were only coming out for the new platforms.
For Hogwarts Legacy,
Yeah, are they? They're gonna
uh,
come out with the PS4 version too.
I'm looking right here on GameStop.
Oh, they have the PS4 version. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just gonna be next gen. Interesting.
Oh no. Hmm.
Interesting.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
So I want to talk about the game that's coming up in February 10th, Hogwarts Legacy. Have you heard anything about it? Have you seen any trailers, any gameplay footage?
I just know from hearing from people talking about it online or the community, they're very what's the word? Just can't wait to get their hands on it.
So that's me. I'm the community that's like, I can't wait to play this. What's making it? Because I've been hearing a lot of people saying, um, don't buy the game, don't support Harry Potter.
Nothing. Haven't heard nothing about it. Just just good things of what the community is saying about like how they just can't wait to be playing this Harry Potter game.
Yeah, dude, like I'm super excited. Like, no lie, I feel like going to my girl's purse and just jacking her the $70, bro, so I could go buy it. Don't tell her, but
Um,
um,
I
yeah,
would be interested to be like to play it if it was to come out on the Xbox Game Pass or the PlayStation. What is it called? Their
online thing.
collection program or whatnot.
Yeah,
Yes.
I doubt it, bro. WB is very greedy. But yeah, I'm excited though. The reason why is because I really got into this world of, Harry Potter when I was younger. I started reading the books when I was 10 years old. So you can imagine my excitement, after I read the first book. I'm like, damn, I'm almost 11. Am I going to get that letter from Hogwarts so I can go to Hogwarts? Obviously I never got it, but being a kid, 10 years old, and just being in that fantasy world, man, it just, I don't know. I really wanted to be a part of it. And I really fell in love with that series. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. That's a good game that I do want to get right away. I don't want to wait. Like, I don't know if you remember in one of the episodes I said that I like to wait until they go down in price.
So Luigi, you were saying how you always wanted to be in that fantasy world when you were 11, correct?
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
So have you ever had a thought to try walking into the wall, see if you were to teleport to Hogwarts?
No, no, I never ran into a wall, dude.
The only reason why, because I have. So
Oh, really?
just want to
That's
make
funny.
yes, I just want to make sure I wasn't alone, but I
Nope,
guess I am
you're
for now.
you're alone. At least I not with me. I never ran into a wall. That's funny, dude. Nah, man, but I've seen like the gameplay footage for it. Like, I think last night, dude, I got so into it. I was watching the common rooms for each house, like for Ravenclaw,
Oh,
Gryffindor,
okay.
Hufflepuff, and Slytherin, and it just, oh man, that it looks beautiful. Like the graphics are amazing on it, dude. And then I don't know if you've seen all the memes, but there's so many memes that a lot of people are just gonna be killing students because you could do the killing curse, the Avada Kedavra
Uh-huh. Oh,
curse.
wow.
So like a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna be doing this like to every student," and they do that Voldemort voice. I don't know if you've seen that, the last movie where he goes, "Avada Kedavra," and he like throws that green lightning or whatever. And there's a lot of memes going around that they're gonna be doing that. So the only thing that I saw too though is that it's gonna be online. Is I don't know.
Oh, this is an online game?
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be
Campaign,
weird.
co-op, or story mode?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't. I've only seen like the like gameplay footage, but I don't know any details about it. But
I see.
I did see like the box, and it says that online connection needed. So I don't know if it's gonna be one of those like that are you have to be online all the time. Because if it is, it might change things and may not be as fun as I think it would be. Because I hate those games. Because if like the company decides, oh, we're not gonna support it anymore, then you kind of have a useless game, right?
Right.
And I hate that. Once they stop supporting it, then that game is irrelevant. You can't really keep playing it. So I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's not. I hope it's like one of those where you could just play by yourself. You don't have to have the online all the time.
From what you know about this, no, from what you know from your knowledge about this game, you know if it's gonna be an open world game?
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like one of those where you're like just. Well, I don't even know if I should say that. It's open world in the sense that you could go anywhere in Hogwarts. So it's basically gonna be the Hogwarts area.
So it's basically GTA but like with magic.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
All right. So this next segment, guys, we're gonna be talking about The Last of Us episode 3. So yeah, so this next segment, guys, is gonna be with spoilers. So this is your heads up. This is your warning. If you don't want to get spoiled on episode 3 of the Last of Us, which aired last Sunday, and today is Saturday the 4th. Mm, by the time you should have already watched it. But if you don't want to get spoiled and you haven't seen it, go ahead and skip this next section. You guys got about 3 seconds. 2, 1, 0. It's pretty much the tale of Bill. So if you guys know anything about The Last of Us, you know that Bill was a very big help in the video game. So Ark, question for you. Um,
Yes.
we kind of talked about it already, off the podcast, but just so other people can hear, your side of your perspective. You're also like my wife, somebody that's watching the show and hasn't played the game. So I know you mentioned that you started playing the game, but you still haven't beaten it, right? So you're kind of
Right.
like you're watching the episodes and then you're going through the game. Is that like, am I getting that right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So what did you think about episode 3? What are your thoughts about episode 3 of The Last of Us?
My thoughts is when they were introducing this lone survivor in I guess this city that was being evacuated, Bill. Um, so introducing that character on the way how he helped supported I believe Tez and Joel on giving him um pretty much what's the word equipment for survival or giving them to a place to like come by and stick around.
So they pretty much traded supplies, right?
Yeah, traded supplies. Over from what I've seen, yeah, traded supplies. Oh, and I believe information as well
Right,
about
and medicine.
yes, medicine and shelter.
So, okay, this might be a little bit controversial, but what did you think about when you saw that Bill ended up being um that he fell in love with a man, Wes, pretty much.
Um, that that caught me. Uh, it caught me off by surprise when. Um, spoiler if anybody haven't seen episode 3, but when he was playing the piano, I forgot his name. It was Joel's partner.
Frank.
What was that individual's name? Frank.
Frank.
Right? Okay, Frank. At first, my idea when I was watching the show at the moment was I thought Frank was gonna set up Joel, like leave and let people know like, hey, there's a good place we could set up a fort against the infected or the zombies I call them. And surprisingly, when he started playing the piano once he got off eating dinner, I believe
Yeah, dinner.
he no, Bill had told him to stop playing,
Because he
and
was messing up the song, that's why.
because the song belonged to his mother, right? Or I think that was a song his mom
Or
liked,
like his mom
if I remember.
loved, yeah, something like that. Or his mom played or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so going on to that, that's when I think Frank had told him. I can't remember the show briefly. You could correct me, but pretty much that's when Bill pretty much told Joe. No, yeah, that's when Bill told Frank like, hey, you know what? Let me hop on. Pretty much like, I got it. I know what's up. And he started playing. Then he started singing and started crying. And after that, Frank had touched his shoulders, and then he was like, "Who was that special girl?" And then for some reason, me and my fiance were watching it, and at first I was like, "Why do I have a feeling it's not a girl?" And he said, "It's not a girl." And that's when Frank said, "I thought so." And yeah, they were becoming lovebirds, and
That's
it
crazy, dude.
was it was
You
a
know
big
that you
surprise.
mentioned that? I didn't even catch that. How did I miss that? You're mentioning that, I was like, yeah, that he did say that. Like, how did I not catch that? It's crazy.
Hmm.
So, okay, you haven't gotten this far into the game, right?
No, no, not at all.
So I'm gonna spoil a little bit for you.
Go
Okay,
for it.
I don't know if you watched that last part where they explain the episode at the end of the show. Like, do you stay till after the credits? Like the
Oh, I didn't even know
directors
they
and
had. I didn't know they had credits.
yeah. So
Like
after
ending
the
credits.
show, after the show, like you got the director or somebody like explaining a little bit about the episode. So I don't know if you
Ah,
saw that.
No, no, no. I did not know it was there was anything like that.
So suffice to say, okay, whatever. I played the game, right? I played the heck out of the game. It was like my favorite game of that time period when it came out. I played it so much, I played it so many times. But from what I remember, right, I remember that in the game when you meet Bill, he does talk about having a partner, right? But when I thought about when he said, "Oh, a partner," in my head, I thought, "Oh, somebody that helps him run the city, right, or defend the city or whatever." It never
Right.
crossed my mind that he meant partner as in his significant other, or like his lover.
Hmm.
So
And in the game, did they ever mention like if it was a male or female, girlfriend, boyfriend,
yeah,
whatnot?
yeah. So they do mention that Frank. So pretty much it's the same character, Frank. His partner is Frank, but like I said, like the whole Bill being, gay or whatever, it flew over my head. Like I never pictured that. I didn't. I when he said, "Oh, my partner," I just thought he meant like, "Oh, the somebody that helps him, defend the city or whatever." That's what I thought. I never thought, "Oh, his partner," as in his boyfriend or his whatever it was. But
Right.
in the game, um, Bill gets pissed off because he's like, "Yeah, that asshole Frank, he got some supplies and he ran away." So in the game, Frank runs away. He doesn't want to keep living there, right? He's like, "No, I don't want to be there." And he ends up taking
Wow.
supplies and he leaves Bill by himself. But I guess Frank gets cornered and he gets bit by an infected. And he writes a letter to Bill and he tells him how, "Oh, I something like I never liked you," or let me see if I can look it up real quick. Right here. So here, I'm gonna read it, right? It's off of the website. It says, "Well, Bill, I doubt you ever find this note because you were too scared to ever make it to this part of town. But if for some reason you did, I want you to know I hated your guts. I grew tired of this shitty town and your set in your ways attitude. I wanted more from life than this, and you could never get that. And that stupid battery you kept moaning about, I got it. But I guess you were right. Trying to leave this town will kill me. Still better than spending another day with you. Good luck, Frank."
Wow. That that is crazy.
So in the letter in the game, you see that letter, right? And what happens since Frank got bit, he hangs himself. So he hangs himself and kills himself because a dead person can't come back to life or whatever, right?
Right.
They have to still be alive when they're infected to be able to be taken.
Oh.
So he hangs himself, and we do find his body hanging in the video game,
Uh-huh.
which is a little bit different than what they did in the show, right? In the show, it shows like this where they both die in each other's arms, because Frank has like cancer or something.
Right. And if you don't mind me asking if you remember in the show, I believe it's when they call them the Raiders. I'm not too sure what they're called. The people who are trying to survive and steal other sources from other people.
Yeah, the
Well,
Raiders, the scavengers or whatever. Yeah,
yeah. So the scavengers were Raiders. Um, the scene in the episode where Frank was asleep and then waking up to gunshots and bonfires whatnot, and Bill ended up being outside. And the crazy thing about this is when Frank went outside to go support, bringing Bill in, Bill had gotten shot.
yeah.
And then once they went inside, for Frank to attend to his wound, um, healing him, there was it just, cut. The scene just cut, and then, me thinking, oh, Bill's gonna, be
He's
the
gonna
injured one,
die.
and Frank's gonna be yeah, and then Frank's gonna be the one, surviving.
Yeah.
And then it was just a plot twist where who I thought was on the wheelchair, was Bill, but it ended up being Frank.
Oh, okay.
What did you think
Yes.
about that?
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird way to transition. You know, from that scene where he gets shot and then you see somebody in a wheelchair. Yeah, I thought the same thing where I thought Bill was the one on the wheelchair. But no, it was ended up being Frank. I don't know. I talked a little bit with a friend of mine, right, and he hated this episode. Like he's like, "What the hell? Like this has nothing to do with The Last of Us." But I want to disagree with him just because it does tell the story of Bill. It shows you how Bill, stayed in that town, how he fortified the town to for himself, right? And
Right.
eventually, because we in the game, they don't explain how Joel and Bill met. So we just know that, oh, Joel has a connection in the town, and Bill is that connection. He helps them with supplies, they trade or whatever, and but they never mention, oh, how do they meet. They just know that, oh, they know each other. So here in the show, they let us know, okay, this is their vision of how Bill and Joel met. Because if you think about it, Bill and Joel are kind of like the same person, right? They don't trust anybody. Um, they want to protect just their own or themselves, right? They don't care about other people. Bill is protecting Frank, and Joel is protecting, what's her name?
A
Tess.
test at the time. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just a cool way to see that backstory that we never saw from the game. You know what I mean?
Right. And then coming from that perspective, so with your friend when he say he disagree, so I could put it in two ways. So for newcomers who has never seen the show, I could, you could disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. But from trying to get to his point of view, the person who's watching the show, they're only gonna get, just backstories or like character development. Where when you play the game, everything just, I say speeding through. The only reason why because I played the first few chapter of the game where it started off with Ellie just giving Joel the watch.
No, no, no.
And
It
if
was
you remember,
Sarah. It was Sarah.
oh, thank you,
Remember?
my bad, Sarah.
Sarah
Yes,
gives
and
Joel the watch.
I'm playing the game right. The first time when I played the game, I had already watched the first three episodes, so I'm already thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna go fix Joel's watch.
Right.
So when it went directly straight to, Sarah giving him the watch, I'm like, wait, so I'm not gonna go through, through school, getting the watch fixed and going to the neighbor's house? So,
Also, you thought
um,
that was gonna happen in the game too. That's crazy,
yeah,
dude.
so
It's a different perspective. No, you're
there you
watching the
go.
show and then playing the game, so you're expecting something different from the game. Just like us that played the game, we're expecting something different from the show, but not really. Like we want it to be the same as the game. It's weird.
Yeah, so like with me, I'm watching the show first before even touching the controller. I'm playing the game. So when I played the first few chapters, I kind of felt comfortable on what I was doing and what I was going to be going up against. But then again, it kind of helps me like fill up, the backstory, as in like with Sarah, and then now in the video game, uh, they didn't introduce Tess that much, which is in the game. I'm like partnering up with Tess, finding Robert, if that makes sense.
The whole Robert situation, they do more in the video game. Like you get to see more of that little side story than in the show. In the show, it just kind of shows that Robert double crossed Tess and Joel, and then it cuts to like Tess and Joel freaking killing that fool. I don't
Yes.
even know if I could say killing. I should say unaliving. It just cuts off to when they're chasing
Robert.
Robert. Yeah, it cuts off to chase. They're chasing Robert, and then they unalive him, right? Because he
Hmm.
double crossed them. So in the game,
Um,
yeah, in the game you do get to see a little bit more of that side story of the whole Robert and Tess situation.
yeah, that's all I wanted to mention. Either you're playing the game or watching the show, there is gonna be totally different you know, point of view on what you're being introduced to, like in the show or out of the game, and what more information they're putting out with the show or the game.
Yeah, so it's gonna be different, right? Depending on if you've watched the show or if you've played the game before. But yeah, the show is good. I'm liking the show. Um, like I said, my friend didn't like this last episode, but I really liked it a lot.
Hmm.
I know that this next episode, this Sunday coming up tomorrow, is gonna be a little bit more familiar for those of us that played the game already. I want to say, be excited, bro. Like if you're gonna watch the episode on Sunday, be excited for it. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Anything
Okay.
else that you want to add to this?
No, not really. I guess just for myself, just to start beating that chapter with the Robert, finding Robert and trying to get myself aligned to like episodes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, cause it's I'm really having fun with the game, learning the mechanics on it, and I feel like I'll really enjoy the game while, watching the show first. Because I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to scary games, anything that has to do with like zombies, like with gore, blood, and all that, I'm a little scaredy cat. So if I know ahead of time what's gonna happen, then I'm gonna feel more comfortable and prepared about it.
Well, stream it,
So,
bro. Stream it, and I'll watch. I'll watch it.
all right. So yeah, I'm excited for this next episode coming this Sunday. Um, kind of hope no, yeah, just waiting, see what happens next.
Right. So I guess with that being said, what did you think about the show episode 3 of The Last of Us? Let us know in the comments. Um, I want to thank everybody for listening today to episode 4 of Dadcast Games. If there's anything that you want to add, any feedback that you want to give me, don't forget to do it. Give us a comment. And remember, I'm also uploading this podcast to YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and follow me and subscribe there on YouTube, I'm at YouTube at Dadcast Games. All together, no spaces. At YouTube at Dadcast Games. Also, don't forget to give the show 5-star rating. That helps me out. Keeps me motivated to keep doing this show. I haven't mentioned this before, but I do leave 2 questions at the end of the podcast. So if you're on Spotify, at the end of the podcast, click the episode that you just listened to and scroll all the way to the bottom. There's always 2 questions that I have for you guys to answer. So if you guys can, please go ahead and answer those questions. It's just more interaction with yourselves, the listeners, and myself. It gives me a little bit more perspective of your opinions of what's going on in the topics that I'm talking about. And without further ado, man, I appreciate everything. Ark, I appreciate you being here today, man. It was a little bit difficult, but we got it working. We're going to make this episode good.
Oh no, thank you. I really appreciate it. It was very nice. New to me, and it was very nice to be introduced to your podcast or your episode.
And it's
So
harder than
I
it
do want to
seems,
say
huh?
thank you. Oh yes, I like I was telling Luigi, once my sister came in, I believe like like an hour of us, just talking. My sister had knocked on the door, had to go outside, well, go open the door, and how should I say this? It gave me a little breather to have that help on,
Just to
to
finish up
finish our
the
podcast.
episode.
Yeah, trust me, I love like as dad, we both love our kids. Um, if we have a chance to have, any help from our family members or others, it's a blessing for us to take it. And that's all I gotta say.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
But yeah, Ark, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate everything. Everybody, like I said, don't forget to share it. Share the podcast. Share it with everybody. We're almost at a milestone. Um, right now, I'm trying to get to a goal of 50 listeners. I'm at 49. So go ahead, share, share, share. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next Saturday. Later.
All right, you guys want to say goodbye now? Thank you for letting us have your guys' time to listen for to us talk about this podcast. Just want to say farewell and hope to see you guys again.
Mira qué ricas enchiladas. Oh yeah, so what about that Harry Potter? Why is everybody hating on it? Why don't people want to buy it? Or they're telling you not to buy it?
I haven't seen anything about that, but I
No?
saw that people are gonna curse
Everybody.
other students. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna go full Voldemort on them.
Ya va a salir en 5 días. Aquí estamos hora 2.
Yeah.
Ma, mami,
Mande.
¿me compras un juego?
Sí.
No.
Y ya tiene mucho que no le compro a mi niño, pobrecito.
A mí también me compras uno entonces.
Sí, también.
Yo quiero maquillaje. Poniendo órdenes.
Nomás cuesta 60
Nomás a
dólares.
sus hijos, tú no.
Nomás cuesta 60 dólares.
De la familia.
No,
Mi hija.
no, pero,
Y 2 hijos también.
pero yo tengo un descuento, mami. No va a costar 70.
¿No voy a qué?
She's like,